Hey, what's up guys, Klein here. So for today, we're gonna talk about a very new exciting archetype for EX-01. Okay, since EX-01 is just 1 week away and the full leak has been revealed, I actually created a very interesting archetype, which is the very exciting machine/cyborg deck, wherein the deck actually revolves around the new Machinedramon from EX-01. So before we start with the deck preview, you could actually see that I included some purple cards on this deck list because I think purple is the best synergy for this kind of deck, since we have to mill out most of our level 5 cyborg Digimons onto our trash so that our Machinedramon could be we can optimize Machinedramon's effect. That's why I included cards like Digimon and Impmon on this archetype. So starting off with our Digitama, of course, the best Digitama for purple, I included Digimon. So 4 copies of Digimon simply because whenever our Digimon with Digimon as its ESS gets deleted, we can draw and then discard 1 card. We can actually dig up for our Machinedramon, and in return we can discard some of our level 5 cyborg Digimons. Okay, next is our level 3s. We only have 2 level 3s on this deck list. First is the purple one, which is Impmon. So Impmon is here simply because we can digivolve Digimon into our Impmon, and then if Impmon gets deleted during his attack, we can trash top 3 cards of our deck. So Impmon is here to feed our trash with more of those cyborg Digimons from our deck. Okay, so next on our rookie list, we have the 4 copies of the new EX-01 Hagurumon. So what this Hagurumon does is, whenever we hard play Hagurumon, we can trash we can trash one of the machine or cyborg types on our hand onto our trash, and then we get to draw 2 cards. So this is really good, not only because we are actually trashing those level 5 cyborgs that we need on our trash, but as well as we are digging up to 2 cards from our deck. Okay, so as you've noticed, most of our cards here will be hard played because we only have like 8 level 3s and half of them is actually purple. So yeah, I think even though we don't really have much rookies, this deck will run pretty smoothly. Okay, now we're moving on to our level 4s. First, we have the new Guardromon from EX-01. So what this Guardromon does is, first, its main effect is a blocker, so we can actually prevent those very aggressive attacks of decks like Rookie Rush, or maybe some Gabumon Rush or Agumon Rush. I don't know, we can prevent those kinds of attacks because Guardromon is a 6k blocker. And then this Guardromon has an ESS wherein whenever we attack, if Guardromon is in our inheritable skill, we can trash up to 1 card with a machine or cyborg type on its type, and then we can draw 2 cards. So it simply is like the on-play effect of Hagurumon, but this time it's like an attacking skill as your ESS. Okay, so next on our level 4s, we have the 4 copies of Machinedramon. So what Machinedramon does is, just like Guardromon, he can prevent those aggressive attacks because Machinedramon is a 4 to hard play level 4 as well as a 6k DP blocker. And whenever Machinedramon blocks and if he manages to survive, we can actually restand him. So Machinedramon can block up to 2 rookies in a sense. That's why Machinedramon does a really good job on just stopping those aggressive attacks of your opponent. Okay, next on our level 4s, we have the 2 copies of Deputymon. So I included Deputymon because later on you'll see that I do have Gondramon, and I also have some Musketeer option cards because I do play Gondramon. And Deputymon, not only he is good on digging up your option cards and Gondramons, but as well as just trashing those level 5 cyborg Digimons that you need on your trash. So we only included 2 copies of Deputymon since he doesn't really synergize as much on some of your cards because he's not a cyborg or a machine Digimon, so we can really discard him and then draw 2 cards with Hagurumon or the ESS of Guardromon. But Digimon still does a good job on milling your cards as well as digging up those Gundramons. Okay, now we're moving on to our level 5s. We have the 4 copies of the new EX-01 Metal Tyrannomon. So what this Metal Tyrannomon does is, first, whenever we Digivolve into him, we get to reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. And then we can add one level 6 Digimon with machine type on its type, and then trash the remaining cards. So this is good whenever you're digging up for your Machinedramons or your Gundramons, as well as, again, we want those Cyborg Digimons on our trash. So Metal Tyrannomon is a really good card on digging up those cards and trashing those cards that you want. So as a bonus, Metal Tyrannomon does have an ESS wherein during our opponent's turn, while our Digimon has machine on its type, it gains reboot. So having reboot is a really big deal because later on you'll see that we can actually stack up the ESS of Machinedramon, wherein he can have reboot, blocker, sec +1, +2 KDP, and so on and so forth. So having Metal Tyrannomon's ESS will be handy later on. Okay, next on our level 5 list, we have the 4 copies of Andromon from EX-01. So what Andromon does is, its Digivolution effect is basically just the same as Metal Tyrannomon, but his ESS is, as I've said before, this time if our Digimon is a machine type, we get blockers. So Andromon is a really good combo if you have both Andromon and Metal Tyrannomon on your level 6, because it gains blocker plus reboot, so you can attack and defend at the same time. Okay, next on our level 5 list, we have the 2 copies of Gigadramon from BT06. So what Gigadramon does is, on our opponent's turn, our Digimon gets +2 KDP. So I included this one because Machinedramon is only an 11 KDP Digimon. So even though if it has blocker and reboot, it's just an 11k blocker, which is kind of flimsy on the meta nowadays, because most of the level 6s are like 12k, even 13k. That's why that +2k boost is really important on Machinedramon. Not only that, Gigadramon is also a Cyborg Digimon, so you can actually put him on the ESS of Machinedramon whenever we hard play Machinedramon. So next on our level 5 list are just the 2 copies of the new Megadramon from EX-01. So what Megadramon does is, we rarely Digivolve into our Megadramon. What we want is Megadramon onto our trash. So what Megadramon does is, first, if we hard play him, we can delete up to 2 of our opponent's Digimon with 3k DP or less, so it's really good on stopping some rookies. But what we want here is the ESS we're in during our turn, while our Digimon is a machine type Digimon, we get security +1 attacks. So we can stack up these 2 Megadramons if both of those Megadramons on our trash pile, and then we put it on our Machinedramon, so our Machinedramon gains, I don't know, reboot, blocker, and then sec +2. That's a really good stat for a Digimon. So Megadramon, yeah, another Cyborg Digimon that we want on our trash. Okay, lastly on our level 5, as well as on our Cyborg list, is the single copy of Metal Mamemon. So first, Metal Mamemon's Digivolution effect is just the same with Metal Tyrannomon and Andromon. While its ESS is, whenever we attack, we can actually delete one of our opponent's Digimon with 5 cost or less if our Digimon is a machine type. So I only included 1 copy of Metal Mamemon because it's kind of like a tech card, and most of the time I won't be able to use it because there are really few Digimons that you can delete with a cost of 5 or less. So yeah, sometimes Metal Mamemon would be handy to delete those memory stopper rookies, or maybe those 6k blockers because they cost 5 to hard play. But I included just 1 Metal Mamemon because I really don't have enough slots on this deck list, and I do want tons of other cards to be included on my deck list. Okay, now we're moving on to our level 6s, our machine type boss Digimons. First, we have the 4 copies of Gandramon. So Gandramon first is a machine Digimon. Second, he is a blocker. And third, whenever we Digivolve into Gandramon, we get to reveal the top 5 cards of our deck. And we can use a 7 cost option card among them for free without paying its cost. And if we don't actually have, we can't reveal any 7 cost option cards on those top 5 cards, we can still delete a Digimon with 4 cost or less from our opponent's side of the field. So first, Gundramon is a really good card because I've included Gewalt Schwarmer and Fly Bullet on this deck list. So there would be times that you can actually play freely your Gewalt Schwarmer and Fly Bullet just by digivolving into our Gundramon. And second, the memory stopper rookies are quite annoying because the effect of Machinedramon is it actually makes you gain memory. So we have to delete those memory stoppers as soon as possible before we play our Machinedramon. So even though we can't reveal any 7 cost option card with Gundramon, we can still delete those pesky rookies. Okay, next on our level 6 list is the new secret prayer from EX-01, the very exciting Machinedramon. So what Machinedramon does is, first on play, we can place up to 5 red or black level 5 Digimon cards with Cyborg on their type. So as you've noticed, we have Metal Mamemon, Metal Tyrannomon, Andromon, Gigadramon, and Megadramon. So all of those cards are actually Cyborg Digimon, so we can put them on the ESS of Machinedramon. And then we gain 1 memory for every card placed on Machinedramon's Digivolution source. So that's the maximum of gain 5 memory. So Machinedramon is like a pseudo 7 cost to hard play. And if we have a perfect stack on Machinedramon, he can have Reboot, Blocker, Sec +1. Whenever we attack, we can delete a Digimon, and so on and so forth. So Machinedramon is a really fun card to play with. And not only that, on all turns, you can't actually reduce Machinedramon's DP. So those pesky yellow cards like Wyvern's Breath or the Powder Arm can't actually delete Machinedramon. Another thing is, we also have a third skill of Machinedramon wherein on all turns, when this Digimon would be deleted, we can just trash 2 level 5 cards from our ESS, and then we can negate that deletion. So you can actually evade those number 1, Gaia Forces, and what do you call this? Gaia Force, Fly Bullets, or any kind of on deletion option cards, as well as you can actually even negate the whenever Machinedramon gets deleted due to battle. So just by removing the 2 of your ESS, you can actually negate those on deletion effects and on deletion battles. So Machinedramon is like a really pesky Digimon wherein it's really hard to get rid of him once he gets onto the battlefield and he has 5 Digivolution sources. Okay, now we're moving on to our option cards. First, we have the new option card from EX-01. We have the Ultimate Connection. So what Ultimate Connection does is, for just 1 cost, you can trash the 1 of our level 5 Cyborg Digimons on our hand, and then we get to gain 2 memory plus draw a card. So it's essentially a +1 memory, and you're not really reducing the number of cards on your hand because you're still drawing 1 card. But as a bonus, you are discarding 1 of your level 5 Cyborg Digimons, which essentially you want them on your trash. So Ultimate Connection is a really good card just to gain that extra +1 memory that you need, as well as if you get to when it gets security checked by your opponent, we can activate the main effect without paying its cost. So it's like a pseudo Hammer Spark, because if we discard a Cyborg Digimon, we gain 2 memory. Okay, next on our option card list, we have the 3 copies of Gewalt Schwarmer. So Gewalt Schwarmer is here to just remove those 7 costs or below Digimons, which can actually help you save the game. Because since most of our Digimons would be hard played here, therefore your opponent can actually just swarm you with rookies or those low cost Digimons and then just attack aggressively. So Gewalt Schwarmer can prevent that because it just basically board wipes those low-cost Digimon. So Go Charmer, 3 copies won't hurt, and since we have Gondramon on our deck, we can actually play it for free if we Digimon Gondramon, and maybe if we're lucky, we can hit a Go Charmer. So Go Charmer is basically free. Okay, next on our option card list, we have the 4 copies of Fly Bullet. So as you've noticed, we are playing Purple Digitama. First is because we are actually running 4 copies of Fly Bullet here. I don't wanna rely on Gondramon to play our Fly Bullet. That's why I'm running some Purple Digitama, as well as I think Fly Bullet is just the best removal at the current meta, because not only it activates on your security check. Whenever your opponent gets security check for Fly Bullet, it immediately activates its main effect. But as well as we can actually freely play our Fly Bullet if we hit it with Gondramon. So Fly Bullet and Gay Charmer is a really good combo with our Gondramon to remove those pesky Digimons for free. Okay, now we're on to our last card. We have the 2 copies of Taikamiya from BT2. So Taikamiya from BT2 here has 2 uses on this deck. First is, of course, it has the generic tamer skill, wherein whenever our memory is at 2 or less, it automatically gets to 3. And as well as all of my black Digimon gets +1 KDP on our opponent's turn. So most of our boss Digimons here will have the blocker skills, so having that extra 1k DP actually matters. Like for example, Gondramon is like an 11k blocker, and most of our opponents level 6 Digimon probably would be 12k. So having Taikamiya is a really good boost, just to maybe you can just block those 12k blockers. So Taikamiya is a really good fit for this deck list. Okay, so the playstyle of this deck list is just that you wanna mill out or discard most of your level 5 Cyber Digimons, so that during the mid to late game, you can just hard play your Machinedramon, and Machinedramon will just demolish everything on its path. Your opponent can't destroy it, he can't reduce its DP, it has security plus attack, it has reboot, it has blocker skill. Machinedramon does it all, so you're quite reliant with your Machinedramon here, but don't worry. I've been running several playtestings on this deck list, and it's kind of consistent that you'll get to draw your Machinedramon because you have tons of draw power on this deck list. So yeah, I guess that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you liked the deck list, and if you did like the deck list or just love the content, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I also have a Facebook page at SaberCline. And if you have any comments or suggestions regarding this deck list, if you want to add anything, just comment down below on the comment section. And that's it for today, guys. Till next time, peace out.